Alright, let's try this again. I had to reboot about 4 or 5 more times. Yes, Crouton, Finder V's got it. Crouton did not want the cats to win, and has been sabotaging my system today. Amazing. All right, I think we may have lost the entire season, but let's see what we can do. Oh no, the game's doing that thing where it's acting like I've never played it before, like it's starting for the first time. It does that sometimes when there's a crash. So let's hope it doesn't impact the stream too much. It was after an event like this, the last 2 cycles, where like my highlight replays and stuff just did not work anymore, and yeah, it was not great. Okay, continue game is the wrong game, so now I'm worried. It is not the game we're last playing. So let's load. We saved it, so at least it's here. No, I don't want to restore it. I just want to open it. It was not. It was not made with an earlier version of OTP. It was made in OTP27. Come on, game. I was streaming it. Everyone saw me make it in OTP27. Wow, that's crazy. The crazy part is this message that it was built in an earlier version of OTP, which is 100% incorrect. All right, well, this is why we do the quick starts. And let's see. At least my notepad file is working. Sim27, episode 733, cats. We'll call it cats 2. Yeah, so we're starting from scratch, everybody. Because now, look, it's my fault for not saving, but it's really weird that the save is acting like it was built in OTP26. That is really weird. All right, we're taking over. Oh, look, it gave us a cat themed logo now. That's pretty cool. That wasn't the case earlier. Look at that. They gave us this logo. That's cool. All right, so just like starting any new quick start, we're going to have to set up the mailbox again. And we'll have to set up the manager options. Fortunately, we weren't far enough into the season where people might be like, "Oh, I was on track to win my win my pack giveaway" until that happened. I think it was probably still too early to know. So let's see. Did my save go through? And the yeah, okay, it is still called Ophi. Maybe it should be called Cats. It should just be CATS. Cats or Meow. Meow. I like that. We'll name it Meow. Okay, everything else should be in good shape. The pitching staff, the lineups. Let's check strategies. Okay, strategies did not import, did not save. We did sabermetric. I wonder if that means our player strategies also did not save. So we had Gentry. Yeah, his strategy did not save. So he is 80 stealing, 85 base running. And Kitty Bransfield. Two from the right and one up. Okay, other than that, I think everything should be good here. Oh, wait a second. Did our... If the player strategies didn't go through, K-line is a must start in center field. Because what'll happen is, it's set up the way we want it. The computer will undo it if we remove the constraints that we set up. So we did redo all this. And again, this stuff doesn't save with a quick start. Mian has to start at second base. Which means we need Hornsby. And my fonts are too big because the game is... I'm surprised that the tutorials didn't pop up again. That usually is what happens after this happens. Was there anything else like that that I had to force start? This font size is driving me nuts. Usually you have to restart though to make it change. Oh, it did a little bit. No, that's not too bad. Was there anyone else we had to force start? Does anyone remember? We try to resize it a little bit. We can get all the players. There we go. Was it just those three? I think it might have been just those three. You know what we can do? We can find out. We can ask for new lineups and see. Yep, okay, that worked. Yeah, and it didn't mess with Catnatch, trying to put Catnatch back in the rotation, so that's good. Okay, so let's save this. Saving with a quick start won't help because everything we changed does not import with a quick start. So, all right, we might as well go see new predictions, right? The predictions do change. They do seem probabilistic. They're not deterministic. So now we'll go to MLB reports and info, preseason predictions. 130, I think, was the prediction last. No, was it 138? Is it 138 again? The run number has changed. The old one used to start with a 13, I believe. The ERA now we're significantly below the Rangers. Before we were like 0.03, I think, below the next highest ERA. So some things have changed. We'll get another screenshot of this. It is still Ruth, Mize, Hornsby. Now Bransfield is fourth. K-Line and Berkman are down here, but still very good predictions for them. Now Cott is number 2. That was not the case last time. Cott didn't make the top 10 last time. So it's Burkeen, Cott, Haddix, and Hunter. This time, Gonsolin was the number 2. Gonsolin is now nowhere to be seen. So poor Tony Gonsolin might have been screwed over by the restart. But we'll see what happens. Let's redo the Tokyo series. Last time one of the games was rained out. They go 1-1. They split that series. And let's go play the season. We're not going to do highlights again in interest of time. Start 3-1. Get the first full month in here. Yeah, we're on a much worse start here. We're playing 500 ball and dragging. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the Twins. Yeah, we're actually playing better now. We're 26-4 to start the season. 13-game run streak by Bransfield. 13-game winning streak. We do have a rookie like Catnatch in the bullpen. So we're 27-4, 871 win percentage. I think this is a better start than we had last time. Ruth and Mize first and second in home runs. Ruth tied with Otani with 15. Gonsolin, still good. 6 wins. 2.33 ERA. Burkeen, second in strikeouts. He was leading in strikeouts in our last save. Let's see the next month. And what a bummer. Anytime, it just sucks to lose a season because, like, there are just unique things that are happening, right, that just are not going to repeat. So, like the 100 RBI by, what was that, July 1st or some crazy time. 8-game quality start streak by Catfish Hunter comes to an end. 8-game quality start streak by Burkeen comes to an end. Again, May 26th for shifting to win now. 47-4. I think we're actually doing way better than we did last time. Hornsby hitting 400. K-Line 355. Ruth leading the majors in home runs. My second in the league. First, second, and third in RBI. First and second OPS. Top 3 WAR. Humberto Quintero working on a 15-game hitting streak. Catfish Hunter and Cott, second and third in ERA. Gonsolin and Burkeen, first and tied for second in wins. Burkeen and Cott, first and third in strikeouts. Cott bringing in some strikeouts. Wow, that's surprising. Burkeen and Cott, first and second in WAR. Did we have any Player of the Month awards? Let's take a look. So for April, Babe Ruth was the hitter of the month. Oh, we're not at the end of May yet. Let's do this review at the end of May. I forgot that the owner interrupted us, so the sim stopped. So let's sim to the end of May. Okay, 52-7 in the midst of a 13-game win streak. Hornsby now hitting 414. Ruth already has 72 RBI. All right, so April. Let's go back to April. April, Burkeen, pitcher of the month. He went 5-1. He had a 1.7 ERA and went 5-1. How did he not get enough runs before? 32 base hits and a 217 batting average, 47 strikeouts and 42 in the third innings. And Catnatch was rookie of the month, went 3-0 with 18 strikeouts in 11 and third innings. It didn't say how many saves he got. And then Babe Ruth was hitter of the month in April. He hit 279 with 15 home runs. We know the April home run record is 14 because we've looked that up a lot when doing these sims. So he does set a new April home run record. And then let's see how our team did for May Player of the Month. Hornsby was Batter of the Month. He hit 480 with 9 home runs in the month. That's crazy good. Cott went 5-0. 29 base hits in 42 innings of work, a 191 average, 53 strikeouts, 11 walks, and a 1.93 ERA. And then AL Rookie Month was Nick Kurtz. Let's check in on our bullpen. Our bullpen was not good to start the last sim. Don Mossy with a 1.30. Heathcliff Slocum way better this sim, 3.63. Garfield still bad. Panther still bad. Catnatch off to a much better start, 5-1 and 15 saves, a 1.78 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. Gonsolin 10-0. Okay, so let's go do the month of June. Hold on, let's save this. We're saving in OOTP27, by the way, so it's clear that we're in OOTP27. All right, let's do the month of June. Maintain that 820 plus win percentage. 8 consecutive hits. That's not 8 games with hits. That's 8 hits in a row by Catalanato, and 10 consecutive on base by Catalanato. 11-game win streak by Cott comes to an end. 12-game win streak by Gonsolin comes to an end. 30-game on base streak by Johnny Mize comes to an end. 70-15. We do lose. We had, how long was our longest win streak? We had a good one going for a while there. Hornsby still hitting over 400. Roos still leading the majors in home runs, but only 1 home run ahead of Kyle Schwarber. Impressive by Schwarber. Babe Ruth has 101 RBI on July 1st. That's crazy. Kitty Bransfield working on an active 22-game hitting streak. ERAs, Cott, Hunter, and Burkeen, first, second, and third. Wins, Burkeen, Gonsolin, Cott, first and tied for second. Burkeen leading in strikeouts. So Burkeen definitely in the running for a pitching triple crown here. Now, one thing that's happening is you might be surprised that Catnach is not in the league leader in saves. When the team is this good, there aren't as many save opportunities because we're probably winning by too many runs. So he still managed to get 20 saves, but probably not a ton of save opportunities because of that. Because you have to come in with the game. I think it's with a tying run on deck or worse, and so if you're winning in blowouts, there are not a lot of save opportunities. All right, so let's go. Which is why sometimes it's puzzling. Like we have a dominant team, and the closer just isn't in the running for a relief pitcher of the year, and it's because sometimes it's because of that. Although the game has gotten better, not just relying on counting stats for things like relief pitcher of the year. In fact, we've seen it award some to some setup folks, which has been nice to see. All right, so let's sim to the All-Star break. Hornsby has dipped under 400 and is back up over. Kitty's Bransfield hitting streak comes to an end at 22. 78-17. 8-2 in the last 10. Babe Ruth with 40 home runs, 2 ahead of Schwarber now. And Hornsby hitting 402. Let's check on the pitching triple crown. Burkeen now leading in wins, tied 3-way tie with Gonsolin and Cott for 13 wins. Oh, he's not on the leaderboard for ERA though. 2.86. He's just off the leaderboard, so he does have a chance at it still. All right, we had some one more game to go to the All-Star break. Let's see what the All-Star voting looks like. Let's save at the All-Star break. I learned my lesson, saving more often now. More often meaning more than 0. All right, AL All-Star voting. No one at catcher. Johnny Mize leading at first base. Hornsby leading at shortstop, playing out of position at shortstop. Berkman second in voting in left field. K-Line second in voting in center field. Babe Ruth second in voting in right field behind Aaron Judge. What? Judge 355, 35 bombs. Ruth 270, 40 bombs. Bransfield leading the voting at DH. And then, oh, look. So normally the computer has a hard time voting for creative players. This time, Cott and Hunter coming in second and fourth. And actually the other 3, so Eovaldi and Max Fried look fine. 10 and 5 with a 2.81, 12 and 3 with a 3.24. Still problem with number 1, 7 and 5 with a 3.23. Doesn't seem. Maybe the WAR is really good. I mean the WHIP. Yeah, the WHIP's only 1.21. I don't know. This one feels a lot, but it's not as egregious as some of the ones we see. So, good job this time around, computer voting. Let's see how our reliever's doing. 7-2 with 22 saves, 2.32 ERA. Might get a spot on the team. Maybe. Maybe. I won't be disappointed or shocked if he doesn't, though. All right, Burkeen, Haddix, Hunter, Cott, most of the rotation. Man, if someone suffered from the restart, it's Gonsolin. He still went 13-1, but he now has the highest yard in the rotation. But they didn't take him, but they took the other four. They did not take our closer. They took Bransfield. Well, Bransfield voted in. Mize was voted in. Hornsby was voted in. Berkman was selected. Kaline was selected. Babe Ruth was selected. So I count 10 All-Stars. That is a question on the pack giveaway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 All-Stars. 10 All-Stars. Pretty good showing. Home Run Challenge. We should have some representation here. We got Ruth, Mize, and they're on opposite sides of the bracket. So Ruth advances. Shohei takes out Mize. So it's Ruth against Judge. Judge wins. Judge and okay. I mean, I can't argue with the Judge Otani final. That's pretty cool. And Judge wins it, 12-10. And let's go check out the All-Star game itself. The AL wins 4-3. Hornsby, number 2 performance of the day. Bransfield went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Kaline went 0 for 2. Berkman 0 for 1. Mize went 1 for 2 with an RBI. Hornsby 2 for 2 with a run scored. Ruth 0 for 1 with a walk. On the pitching side, Hunter got the start, got rocked, two earned runs in 1 inning. Cott pitched a clean inning with 1 hit and a strikeout. And then Haddix pitched a clean inning with 1 walk and a strikeout. All right. Not too bad. Not terrible. Not great, but pretty good. All right, let's finish the month of July. Hornsby still hitting 400. Bransfield had a 10-game run streak. Ruth had an 11-game run streak. We're in the midst of an 8-game winning streak, 89-20, 817 win percentage. Let's check in on that pitching triple crown. Burkeen is now 2nd in wins, 1st in strikeouts, 2.99 yards, so he's just off the top 3 here. But Catfish Hunter has a half-run lead. I don't know that you can recover that in just 2 months left in the season, but we'll see. We'll see. And we don't want him to, right? We want Hunter to stay atop that list. He's doing great. I thought his HRA might be an issue in modern era, but he's doing fine. All right, looks like we're going to hit 100 wins in early August. August 16th, it looks like, was our 100th win. Hornsby's now hitting 414. Bransfield's hitting 352. 113 wins in the midst of a 14-game winning streak. Ruth with 63 home runs is now 11 ahead of Schwarber. Mize now has 47. Ruth might have a shot at Hack Wilson's RBI record. He's already at 174. Burkeen now leading in ERA, but now 2nd in wins, 2 behind teammate Gonsolin, leading in strikeouts. So Hunter had a bit of a drop off, and then Burkeen jumped way ahead. So that they flip flop. All right, 113-24 head into September. Let's go week by week and keep an eye on that pitching triple crown race. Also, can Hornsby stay above 400? 414. Ruth at 180 RBI. Burkeen still leading in ERA. Burkeen still 2 wins behind Gonsolin, leading in strikeouts. I mean, he's almost 50 strikeouts at a crochet, so he should be safe there. Hornsby still hitting 413. 21-game winning streak for the team comes to an end. 6-game home run streak by Ruth. 22-game save streak by Catnatch comes to an end. And Babe Ruth has done it. It's only September 15th, and he's beaten Hack Wilson's RBI record. That rarely happens. Even when we play creator roster, that rarely happens. So that's pretty cool. Check out the WAR numbers. Hornsby 12.6, Ruth 12.4. Crazy. Burkeen now 3 wins on Gonzalez, so I think the pitching triple crown is out of the question. Hornsby hitting 416. Ruth at 197 RBI and 73 home runs. Mize now would also be second in the NL in home runs. He's at 55. Yeah, so will Burkeen get 300 strikeouts is one of the questions, too. Not in the pack giveaway form, but that is on the table right now. Let's go to the end of the regular season. Yeah, so Hornsby's going to hit 400. He's at 417. Ruth has 78 home runs. Mize has 60. So Ruth and Mize would have led the majors in home runs. Ruth with 206 RBI. Burkeen does finish 3 wins behind Gonsolin. Led in strikeouts. Just missed. Oh, wait. We have one more game to sim. Is Burkeen starting? And does he get to 300 strikeouts? Yeah, Burkeen got 306 strikeouts. So he must have started the last game of the season. Gets to 23 wins. Almost got the triple crown. Now, normally I'd say rest him for the postseason, but we will not be playing in the wild card. So that might be enough rest for him to come back to start. Red Sox and Rangers tied for a sec. Oh, we have a Dodgers Diamondbacks game 163 incoming. And also a Reds Brewers for the NL Central. In extras, the Diamondbacks win the NL West. I like the headline. Marte goes on rampage against Dodgers. He went 5 for 5 with 3 runs and a walk. 6 for 6 on base. And then for the NL Central, the Brewers win 7 to 3. No headline for that one. All right, so from a standings perspective, that should settle everything. Yeah, so Burkeen gets the ERA title. Gonsolin gets the most wins. Babe Ruth is a home run champion. Hornsby's the batting champion. Bransfield goes 20-20. Babe Ruth almost got to 80 home runs. Did get 208 RBI. Kitty Bransfield had 45 stolen bases. Good for second in the league. And the stolen bases have been toned down, too, I think, appropriately. We were getting regularly like 100 stolen base seasons. Now it's topping out around 60, which feels more appropriate. 14.2 WAR by Hornsby, 13.5 by Ruth. I think 14.1 is the real-life record by Babe Ruth, so Hornsby may have topped that. Let's see how Catnatch ended up doing. 8-4, 39 saves, 2.55 ERA. This actually might not be enough for a relief pitcher of the year. The ERA is a bit high. The 4 losses are a bit high. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Heathcliff Slocum really turned it out from the last sim to this one. A sub-3 ERA and a positive WAR. He and Garfield and Gilmore were just getting crushed in the last sim, but he has really turned it around. Jim Panther is still terrible. Bill Garfield still terrible. Alright, so let's save this. And we'll start the postseason. We'll quick play the wild card because we're in the division series. We get a bite in the division series. Alright, the Red Sox have to play all 3 games. So hopefully they'll be a little tired when they face us. The Rangers beat the Athletics to face the Yankees. Dodgers sweep the Padres to face the Cubs. And the Brewers beat the Diamondbacks. They'll face the Phillies. Now we'll go to scores mode. NL's going to start us off. Brewers beat the Phillies 6-4. Cubs beat the Dodgers 7-5. The Cubs sim very well in OOTP27 in the 2025 season. They do that the way the Dodgers did in the 24 season OOTP26. Okay, NL Game 2 and the American League starting as well. Milwaukee wins 12-2, so they are on the verge of advancing. They're up 2-0. Cubs win 7-1. They are also on the verge of a sweep. In the AL, Division Series just starting up. Rangers win 9-0, shutting out the Yankees on 5 hits. And, it takes 11 innings, but the cat-themed Tigers win 5-4 over the Red Sox, walking off in the bottom of the 11th. K-line doubles, and then Hornsby hits a run-scoring single off of Whitlock. And we had to score 3 in the bottom of the 8th to take it to extra innings. So big comeback by the... we need to go to a 4-man rotation. And that was it Haddix who pitched? Was it Haddix who pitched? It was. Wow, he got roughed up too. We almost paid for it. I forgot to switch to 4-man, and we almost paid the price. This is great. Haddix is now a lefty set up to Catnatch. I'm glad they kept Catnatch in the closer role. Okay, so now we have Burkeen up, followed by Gonsolin. All right. Yankees win 7-1. They tie that series up at 1 apiece. It's Burkeen versus Bayo. And we lose 9-1. Wow. I mean, they scored 2 off of Burkeen in the first, but 5 in the 9th. Who is pitching the 9th for us? Oh, Jim Panther and Len Gilmore started the 9th, and Jim Panther ended the 9th. So that would explain it. That would explain a lot. Don't love being 1-1 though. At least it's a best of 5. Milwaukee sweeps the Phillies 3-0 by winning 8-3 in Game 3. The Dodgers have now reversed it, and they take a 2-1 series lead over the Cubs, who won Game 1. All right. AL coming off the travel day, so everyone except the completed series will be in action. Chicago looking to sweep the Dodgers. The Dodgers win 5-0, so they tie the series up at 2 apiece. Yankees win 6-2, so they take a 2-1 series lead. And the cat-themed Tigers win 9-4, so they take a 2-1 series lead. Gonsolin gets the win, Catnatch gets the save, but it's Hornsby who's player of the game. Hornsby went 4 for 6 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. 2 doubles. All right, let's see. New York looking to close out the Rangers, which they do, winning 7-5. Cat Team Tigers looking to close out the Red Sox, which they do, winning 6-4. Despite giving up 4 in the second, they come back to win that one. Slocum gets the win in relief. He's really put together a much nicer season than that first save. All right, NLDS headed to Game 5. Winner advances, loser goes home. Cubs win 5-4, so they advance. They score 4 of their runs after the 7th inning to come back and win it. What a comeback by the Cubs. So this is the NLCS now is starting. Cade Horton with his 15 postseason ERA. A 5-3 win. Cubs advance. The ALCS is about to start as well. Milwaukee wins game 2, 5-4. So that series tied at 1 apiece. And we've got Jim Cobb versus Marcus Stroman in the ALCS. Game 1 is taken by the Cat Team Tigers. They scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th to come from behind and take the lead, and then 2 more insurance runs in the bottom of the 7th. Catnach registers his 3rd save, still hasn't given up an earned run. Mudcat Grant gets the win in relief. Mudcat. First time we've said his name during this sim. All right. NL's on a travel day. Game 2 of the ALCS. Burkeen on the mound facing Freed. It is a 12-1 win. Burkeen making up for his last start, going 7 scoreless. Lowers his postseason ERA to 2.02. AL has a travel day while the NL resumes with Game 3. Cubs win 12-5. They take a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 in the NL. Milwaukee wins 5-2, tying that series up at 2 apiece. It is Gonsolin on the mound for the Cat team versus Will Warren for the Yankees. It's a 14-3 win. 2 touchdowns versus a field goal. As the Cat team Tigers score 4 in the 8th and 4 in the 9th to really pour it on at the end there. Home runs by Mize, Hornsby, and 2 by Ruth. Babe Ruth punishing his old Yankees team with 2 home runs, 4 for the postseason. All right, NLCS Game 5. Brewers win 9-3. So Cubs will be facing elimination in Game 6. Cat theme team looking to sweep the Yankees with Catfish Hunter on the mound, another former Yankee. It is a win, 4-3. Despite the bullpen giving up 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th, Cat Team Tigers hang on to win. They sweep the series, and they'll have a chance to rest and reset their rotation as the NLCS continues. Especially there's a travel day there, so that's an automatic rest day. And if it goes to Game 7, there'll be even more rest for the Cat Team Tigers. Horton versus Patrick. Milwaukee wins 6-5, so they do take the NLCS and moved on to the World Series. There'll be one travel day before the World Series starts. All right, it's Savali versus Cott. Jim Kitty Cott on the mound. It is a 17-11 win in a true football score. Amazing. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Touchdown, 2-point conversion and a field goal on the other side. Mize hits a home run. Ruth hits a home run. And the Cat Team Tigers take a 1-0 series lead. So this team can win the pitcher's duels and they can win the high scoring affairs. All right, we got Burkeen out here for Game 2. Potential Cy Young winner. Almost won their pitching triple crown. Only lost out to his teammate on the wins with 23 versus 25, I think. Is another football score, 13-8 win. Felix Millan goes 3 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Home runs by Ted Simba Simmons and Kitty Bransfield. All right, travel day as we head to Game 3. The series shifts to Milwaukee. Gonsolin on the mound. What was Tony? Tony the Catman, I think, Gonsolin. 2-0, 2.25 postseason ERA. Another high-scoring affair, 11-9. The Cat Team Tigers hand a win despite giving up 3 in the 9th. Home runs by Ted Simba Simmons, Johnny Big Cat Mize, and Don Tiger Hoke. Babe Bambino Ruth and Lance Big Puma Berkman all hit home runs. Catnach gets his 5th save of the postseason. And Jim Panther with the 8.31 ERA registers the win. Wow. Jim Panther, not bad for him. 2 1/3, 4 hits, 1 walk, but only 1 earned run. Don Mossy having a rough postseason. 1/3 of an inning, 2 earned runs, 10.38 ERA. All right, it is a 3-0 series. Potential sweep here as Catfish Hunter takes the mound facing Brandon Woodruff. It is a win. So the Cat theme team, 2 touchdowns versus 2 field goals, wins game 4 and sweeps the World Series. Home runs by Ted Simba Simmons, Johnny Big Cat Mize, Babe Bambino Ruth, and Al Mr. Tiger Kaline all hit home runs. Who was the player of the series? Feels like it might have been Ruth in this one. Let's see. Or maybe Berkman. I saw Berkman. Yeah, Berkman takes it. Berkman hit 611. Oh, 1626 OPS. Wow. In the league championship series, it was Felix Millan, Mets legend. Millan hit 467 with a 1300 OPS. Wow. No home runs either. He did all with some small ball. And in the division series, it was Babe Ruth. That's probably what started my mind thinking he's having a big postseason. 1509 OPS. 2 home runs in a short series. All right, let's save this. And let's go to some postseason awards. Well, first let's see the awarding of the trophy. Cat Theme Tigers win the World Series. They sweep the ALCS and the World Series. They did take 1 loss against the Red Sox in the division series. So almost a perfect postseason by the Cat Theme Tigers. Outstanding. All right, let's do some postseason awards and then we'll give away some packs. Nerdwrecker, have you been here for the whole time? Because I think you got like 2 or 3 bonus streams from my computer crashing. And Nerdwrecker soon is going to have a longer stream streak than I've had streams because of my technical difficulties. We haven't had any crashes in a while, and then all of a sudden we had 2 in one stream today. So apologies to everybody for that. Especially if you're riding the raid train to get drops. Apologies if that was interrupted. All right, let's go to our postseason awards. 1604 game score. That is quite high. All right, Great Glove Awards. These are all in the pack giveaway questions. So, oh, your streak only went up 1. That's too bad. So the reason I hit read all messages is the mailbox defaults to the most recently read messages. So this way it'll come right to the top here. So I don't have to keep scrolling up. So no Tigers, no Cat Theme Team Tigers, 1 Gold Glove. So 0 Gold Gloves. I think that's a result of doing total career defense. It does flatten out the peaks for sure. But gives us maximum flexibility. Okay, Relief Pitcher of the Year award. How did Catnetch end up finishing? 8-4, 39 saves. Yeah, this is where I said I think the ERA might be a little high. He might get votes still, but I don't think he's going to win it. He didn't even get votes. Wow. 4th place, Devin Williams. 5-3, 38 saves and 2.66 ERA. So that's kind of the... So he probably would have finished 5th if they had more votes to give. But yeah, he did not get any votes. All right, next up, Platinum Stick Awards. Probably should get a bunch of these. 6 of these. That counts as a bunch, I believe. Let's see. Johnny Mize at first. Hornsby at short. Berkman at left. Kaline in center. Babe Ruth in right. and Bransfield at DH. No one tell Lap, please, that Kitty Bransfield won a Platinum Stick Award. I will screenshot them and I'll send it to him. I'll preempt it. I'll just tell him. Okay. 6 Platinum Stick Awards. Next up, we'll go to Rookie of the Year. I did treat Catnatch as a rookie, so... Wow, did Catnatch not win? Okay, I guess it ultimately realized he was not a rookie, because he was getting Rookie of the Month awards, but I did not think he was eligible. Or they didn't like his season. Is a 280, 19 home run season better than 39 saves and 2.5 WRA? I would probably say no. So I think they took him out of the rookie eligibility, but who knows? All right, Cy Young Award. We should have a shot at multiple placements here. Gonsolin actually might be attacking it despite having... No, it's got to be Burkeen. He won 2 legs of the Triple Crown. So probably Burkeen, then maybe Gonsolin. Conceivably, we could have 4 of the top 5 or 6, 5 of the top 10, maybe. Maybe even 5 of the top 8 or so, but we'll see. Burkeen does win it. 2 legs of the Triple Crown will help take you there. Burkeen, Hunter. Oh, then there's a bigger gap than I expected. There's 4 in between before Gonsolin and Haddix. Yeah. So we got the top 2 and 4 out of the top 8. I said 5 out of the top 10. A little off. But we did win the Cy Young. MVP might be tricky with Judge in the mix, but we had some huge seasons. 1268 OPS from Hornsby. He hit 400, 417 on the season. Babe Ruth ended up almost hitting 300 with 79 bombs, 208 RBI, 1251 OPS, 13.54. I'm assuming it's going to be a 3-man race between Hornsby, Ruth, and Judge, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Okay, Hornsby does take it. Hitting 400, I'm sure, helps. Hornsby, Ruth, and Judge. Mize is number 4. I forgot about him. So we had 5, 6. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the top 7. Hornsby, Ruth, then Judge sneaks in there. Mize, K-Line, Bransfield, Berkman. Wow. Probably no one got any votes on the tail end there, but Katie Bransfield finishing 6th in the voting. Oh, you know what probably helped Bransfield? Stolen bases. 45 stolen bases. I'm sure helped a lot. I said someone to 75. Oh, you know what? It was Craig Gentry. He had only 9 steals because he had limited playing time. But he did not get caught. How did Garfield Heathcliff do? They were not doing well. Heathcliff did way better in the restart. Yeah, Heathcliff ended up finishing pretty good. 5 in 1, 2 saves, 14 holes, 2.42. Garfield was terrible, almost an 8 ERA. Slocum was kind of on that track in the first save, but he did way better this save. And let's see. I think that's it, right? MVP? Okay, so I think we have everything we need to do the pack giveaways. So let's shift gears to that. And then we should finish just in time for me to do some perfect drafts that are about to fire. So good timing. All right. No one thought this team would be terrible and finish last in the division. So all these, everyone's on the same page. Will this team make the playoffs? They did make the playoffs. So Find W and Nerd of Anarchy are left alive. Win the division. They did. They won their division by 42 games, which is pretty good. They did make the World Series, and they did win the World Series. In fact, they swept it. So they're both still alive. Will a player on this team win the Cy Young Award? They did win the Cy Young Award. Both player of this team won the MVP. They both said yes correctly. So it comes down to win total. The win total was 135. So let me resize these. 135. Flying WV was 15 under. Nerdernicky was 7 over. So Nerdernicky is going to win this. Flying WV is going to get 3 bonus points for the second place packs. And so let's hide these columns now that we're done with those. And I leave this column showing to remind us that Flying WV gets those 3 bonus points. And Nerdernicky does not get their scored because they've already won. Congratulations, Nerd of Anarchy. Alright, how many games behind? 0. They won their division by 42 games. How many All-Stars? There were 10. So Flying W is going to take that one. Gold Glove winners. There were 0 Gold Glove winners. So Flash is going to get a solo point there with 2. Platinum Stick Awards. There were 6. So Flying W is going to take that one with a solo point. I mean, I guess they're mostly going to be solo points. There's only 2 of them. All right, mouse hover questions. Mouse hover questions. All right, on the offensive side, 1-1-1. On the defensive side, 1-5-4. Shockingly good considering the primary consideration was catness of the names. All right, run scored first. Solo point for Flying WV. Batting average first. Point for Flying WV. Home runs hit first. ERA first. Strikeouts thrown 5th. And defensive efficiency 4th. All right, so we head to the batting section. Home runs hit by the team leader in home runs, 79. Shockingly, Nerd of Anarchy got that exactly right. Also shockingly, Flying W's guess of 90 still takes it, only off by 11. Regular season strikeouts by the batter who leads the team in strikeouts. Babe Ruth also struck out 234 times. Amazingly, Flying W almost only 13 strikeouts away. What a guess. That's 100% too why his batting average is lower than what he would normally do. But his home runs are also up. Batting average. Oh, no, sorry. What is this one? Oh, these are low ball questions. Lowest batting average. Because, yeah, I didn't know how bad this team would be. 300 plate appearances, right? The lowest batting average on the team is Babe Ruth. 293 is the lowest batting average on the team. That's Flash. Flash always guesses yes for OPS. And every time I'm surprised and it makes me laugh. Every time. It's like I'm a goldfish. I forget every time and I laugh every time. Felix Mian had the lowest OPS, 761. Flying to be pretty close with a 721 guess. That answer. I don't know why it still catches me off guard every time. It makes me laugh. Oh, man. All right, lowest wins above replacement. Lowest batter wins above replacement is 0.4 by Craig Gentry. 0.4. So Flash gets a point there. All right, strikeouts thrown by the pitcher who leads the team in strikeouts over 300. 306 by Burkeen. So find out if he gets that one. Home runs allowed. 30 by Catfish Hunter. So he did still lead the team in strikeouts. I was worried about that as his stat. And he did lead the team, but definitely not terrible, especially for the era. And still kept his ERA below 3, 2.61 season ERA. All right, highest ERA in the team. There is still a Jim Panther on this team, but I don't think he got to 100 innings. So it's going to be the highest ERA among the starters. So Jim Panther at 8.42, Bill Garfield at 7.96, but neither had over 65 innings. Jim Cott had the highest. No, Harvey Haddix had 197 innings, 3.75 ERA. So Nerd of Anarchy would have taken it, but Flying W is going to get this one. And same thing, it's going to be one of the starters for WHIP, which probably throws off everybody's guesses. 1.25 for Jim Cott. Flying W is going to take that. And then the lowest pitcher WAR. Bill Garfield. Bill Garfield, almost doubly negative Jim Panther, negative 1.9. Wow. So Flash is going to take that. So congratulations, Nerd of Anarchy, our first place winner, 7 packs. And Fine WV, second place, 3 packs. What a fun sim. Thank you to Ophi for doing the Pride Month fundraiser for Mermaids UK, an organization that helps trans youth in the United Kingdom. And for I appreciate her inviting me on to be a guest on one of her stream nights that week. And thank you to, let me count, 8 dins. Din, D, who won the drawing for the theme and chose the cat theme, which ended up being super fun and a very good team as well. And again, if you go through these slides, I thank you to all the help I got from the chat that night, because the quality of the team increased incredibly during that sim. If you look at the players, all the players that have a community member name next to them are the ones that were added during the stream, during the roster build stream. So both of our catchers, Ted Simba Simmons and Humberto El Gato Quintero. Quintero went on, I think, a 20-plus game hitting streak. Don Tiger Hoke at third base for Foot for Hand. Hall of Famer Rogers Hornsby from Clay Dog. Babe Ruth from Solid Face Jane. Huge. 79 home runs from him. Lance Big Puma Berkman from Lisa Lowe's Biology. These are the ones I think who really moved the needle on the team. John Catnach, who ended up being our closer from Lisa Lowe's Biology, a small sample size gem, and the best duo, certainly from Nerd of Anarchy, Heathcliff Slocum and Bill Garfield. I don't think I would have thought to go there with those names, but that was a great addition to the pen. So thanks everybody for being here. Hope you had fun. Let's find someone to raid into. Hopefully someone's playing OTP right now. And thank you for bearing with me for the technical difficulties there. Let's see. Oh, I see Lone Star streaming. So let's go ahead and read into Lone Star. Lone Star has helped us out many times bridging raid train gaps to help us get from my stream back to my stream. So I'm gonna raid into Lone. Why am I on all caps? Lone Star SW. I think he's close to 50 nights in a row streaming. So Let's enjoy some Lone Star. I am going to do these perfect drafts before they fire in 8 minutes. And if you feel so inclined, I'll be streaming again tonight at around 10 p.m. Pacific time. I might start early because Ezra's not streaming tonight. He's at a board game convention. But I will be doing the rest of my PTCS builds and drafts headed into Saturday. And hopefully, well, it depends. If my oldest kid's softball team makes a deep run in state tournament, we may not stream tomorrow night. But I think if they win, they actually get a bye to Sunday. No. If they win, they play again Saturday. So that might I might not stream that. So actually, like hope the stream is at risk because that means they won game one. All right, let's go say hi to Lone Star SW. Yeah, oh, of course you made into the VRB.